Agent Romanoff. You miss me?
Oh yeah, Charles, we got ourselves an X-Men fan.
Captain.
Your Highness.
Captain, big fan, Spider-Man. Hey everyone.
Captain America may be one of the most iconic members of the Avengers in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but when casting was decided who would take on the mantle of the character originally, when the first Captain America movie was in production, there were a lot of actors considered, and things could have been very differently had Chris Evans not landed the role. So today we're going to be taking a look at the actors who almost got to become Captain America but didn't quite make it. Let's go ahead and jump into it. First up, we have John Krasinski, who a lot of people know was a very late contender for this role and considered taking on becoming the new Captain America. And while this star got his beginnings in The Office, at the time a lot of people didn't really see John Krasinski as an action actor, and he was probably passed up because of that, but it's also has been seen in interviews that he maybe withdrew after doing some auditions, feeling like he wasn't made out for this specific character. Interestingly enough, another actor that may have been considered was Channing Tatum, who in a 2009 interview actually went on record saying he would definitely think about the possibility of taking on the role, but a huge fan opinion from Marvel's side of things probably didn't really like this idea, thinking that Channing Tatum didn't really have the right acting chops to take on a character as dimensional as Captain America. Another consideration along the way was Jensen Ackles, who actually was considered not only for the role of Captain America, but also was considered for the role of Hawkeye, but also was passed up on both of those roles. Sebastian Stan actually originally got his foot into the door with Marvel by auditioning for Captain America, and while he didn't get casted as the character, he did actually get casted as Bucky Barnes, and as we know how that all ended for him playing on the Winter Soldier in future movies, things kind of worked out for him as he still landed a pretty important role in the MCU. Apparently also Garrett Hedlund was invited to audition for the role of Captain America, however he did pass up the role as he was too busy working on Tron Legacy, which was the main focus at his time, so he didn't really consider the role too heavily. But on the flip side of things, Kevin and Joe Jonas both read and auditioned for the role of Captain America, as it was a role that they both really wanted to get and were hoping to land. However, they were not really brought too far into the audition process, probably because their acting abilities weren't necessarily as refined as some of the other actors on this list. Comedian Dane Cook also apparently auditioned for this role and actually got in trouble by Marvel because he tweeted about it, talking about how he got shredded just to audition and do a tour he was also going on. And obviously he didn't only not get casted as this role, but he also got in trouble with Marvel because he wasn't supposed to talk about the fact that he even auditioned to begin with. Now, when we're looking into actors who actually got really close to being casted, Ryan Phillippe actually made the short list of possible actors who would have taken on the role, and it's very likely that if Chris Evans chose not to pursue being Captain America or stepped down from the role, which was apparently something he had considered even before taking on the role because of the length of the contract being intimidating, it could have been a completely different scenario where we would have seen Ryan Phillippe take on Captain America instead, which would have been very interesting to see, and it does sound like this actor really wanted the role and was very disappointed when he didn't quite make it. On the other hand, another actor that also got really close to being casted was Kellen Lutz from the Twilight series of movies. Unfortunately for him, he didn't seem to make it either. He did audition for both Captain America and Thor, not making the cut for either of these and being passed up. However, he did go on to have a somewhat decent career, landing in some interesting films, so good for him either way. But we wanted to turn it around to you guys. What do you guys think of some of these actors? Do you think any of these would have led to interesting Captain Americas? We'd love to know what you guys think in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on for more videos like this. We'll see you all next time with a brand new video. Bye guys.
I'm about to.
Hi everybody.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
Hi.
Hi. See you guys.